Today we're going to be talking to one of my best friends who also happens to be an actor and a comedian, and his name is Owen Thiele. I am so excited to be interviewing a friend today because I don't know, I think it's going to be a total hoot. Okay? Owen is such a special person to me because Owen and I have a lot in common. We're both only children. We both have anxiety about the same things. We both get paranoid about the same things. We tend to like the same people. We tend to dislike the same people. Me and Owen have a lot in common. And I just absolutely adore him. I'll tell you how we met. So Owen and I met through my stylist, Jared. Jared is Owen's boyfriend. Jared and Owen are truly my best friends. Owen is an incredible comedian and an incredible actor. And if you want to see Owen in a movie, mark your calendar for July 14th and go see Theater Camp. Okay, now we can welcome Owen Thiele to the stage. Thank you, everybody. I just have to tell you a story.
Please.
I'm starting your interview off by telling you a story.
That's exactly how I want it. About you. Delish. Literally delish.
Listen, I just have to tell somebody about this. Yesterday, I had overnight oats for breakfast.
Of course.
It was 9 a.m. I have overnight oats.
This morning. Yesterday.
This was yesterday.
Excuse me. Yes. Got it.
I have a workout class at 9:50. I don't think anything of it. I normally don't eat right before I exercise just because it just like hurts my stomach. Like it just doesn't feel good. But I was like, whatever.
So you have it 50 minutes before.
50 minutes before.
Do you plan this or do you just wake up and eat it?
Well, I was just like, I'm actually feeling peckish this morning and I feel like oatmeal will not bother my stomach. Like I feel like this is probably the only thing I can eat before a workout. So like this is fine.
Okay, got it.
Then, Owen.
Uh-oh.
So I go to this workout class, not thinking anything of it. And I get into class. It's like running and then weights type vibe, like boot camp vibe. You know.
Of course.
So I go in, I'm not thinking anything of it. I get on the treadmill. Immediately, I'm a little late. So I had to like start running immediately to not, like I get a little
You don't have a moment. You don't have a moment
I did not have a fucking moment.
Got it.
I get straight into running fast. They're like, we're sprinting this morning right now.
Wish you well.
I start feeling a little rumbling. The sprinting was over. I like go to walk. And I burp a little bit. Owen. Oatmeal. I can't believe this is real. Oatmeal flies out of my nose onto the treadmill.
Wait, are you serious?
This is not
full
a fucking
oatmeal's
joke.
coming out of your nose.
Full oatmeal. Owen.
Wait, I have a question.
Throw up. Oatmeal came out of my nose.
I have a question. So does it come at all out of your mouth?
No, because I felt it about to come out of my mouth, and I was like, I'm just gonna swallow it. But then I didn't swallow it in time.
Now it's in the tract.
It came.
Oh my God! It's like post-nasal drip of the nose with oatmeal.
And I had like chunks of oats in like my sinuses.
Wait, is it
for, like,
on the treadmill now?
It was under the treadmill, but then it flew under really fast, so no one saw it.
This is amazing.
And there's oatmeal on my shirt. I was like, what the fuck?
So what did you do?
Nothing.
So you just continued the workout class as if nothing. Literally, the music's like boom, boom, boom. You have like oatmeal all over yourself. You're like, I'm just gonna keep running. I'm just gonna do weights now.
Yes.
3 pounds or 4.
That's what I did.
I'm in hell.
I don't know what I knew that someone had to know about this. It's been hard for me the last 24 hours.
Well, yeah. Have you told anyone this?
Just my mom and dad.
And what did they say? They're nervous for you?
They're really nervous for me.
They're like,
No one could believe that this was real.
Have I told you my SoulCycle story?
No, please tell me. Oh, please tell me.
Oh my God, I used to be obsessed with SoulCycle.
Me too.
No. Like before class, before high school, I would literally drive to SoulCycle 6 a.m., do a class. Okay, I was so obsessed because I loved this teacher. I secretly had a crush on him. I would do his because you have to have a crush on your SoulCycle teachers, and
that is
you
the
can't do
only
it with,
point.
Totally, 100%.
They would try to make me go to eye contact.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They would try. My friends would try to make me go to this woman named Gina, who's a great teacher. She's one of the best. But I was like, no, I can't have a crush on her, so I can't go. No, I was like, this isn't possible. So, anyways, I would literally go at 6 a.m. do my day, and then I had theater after school. So it was like
course.
3 to 6 theater. You know what I mean?
Of
No,
course.
not to brag or anything, but I was in theater. And then I would go to an 8:30 class. Okay, so I think I was addicted to SoulCycle. But this was like a month in my life. This wasn't like, it sounds really unhealthy and toxic, and it probably was.
Sure.
But like for a month, you can be unhealthy and toxic. Like if it
Totally.
continued, I think everyone would have been nervous.
Yeah.
But so I was doing this, okay? This was at the 8:30 class. I had eaten all my meals, eaten great things. Like
Yeah.
my school had like breakfast burritos, like
Ooh,
really gorgeous things.
gorgeous.
So I was just like pigging out all
Yeah.
day, every day. That night, 8:30 came around. My stomach was a little weird. I think the breakfast burrito like did something to me, but I kind of ignored it. I was like, whatever, I need to be here. I needed to be at this class to flirt with this guy who didn't
Yes.
know I existed.
And
what I mean?
know that they saw you on the list.
100%.
And it's like now there's like this expectation, like, oh, if I don't show up, like that's like almost like not showing up to a date.
Literally.
It's literally ghosting
No,
on
it's
a
a date. It's a date with
It's-
60 people.
Yeah.
It's a date with 60 people you've never met before and you're sweating. So I'm now sitting, I've now, you kind of move up. You like are sitting third row, second row, first row. You go so often that you kind of, you keep having to
yes.
move up. You know what I'm saying? You level up.
Yes.
So this guy I had a crush on asked me to be on podium, which means that he wanted me to take his place on the podium and he was just going to walk around.
It's literally like you're instructing the class
Yes,
at that point.
exactly.
Like you're at the front of the room.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
And he was
yeah.
like, I think you deserve it. I was like, today? Like my stomach's a little, he was like, you're fine. Like Owen, how many times have you done this? I was like, you're right. Like 60 times. Like I've done this a million times.
Yeah.
I can do this. So I got on podium. I think he had like sprained his ankle. That's why he couldn't do it. So I was like, I can do this. And I was like, and I had a crush on him. So I was like, I got you. You know what I mean? In this like
course.
sexy, sweet way. He had no idea what was
Well, you
happening.
have to be like the cool hot.
Totally. I was like, this is crazy. Okay.
Oh my
You know what I
God.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Literally. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get on podium, music is blasting. It's like something bad, like some bad music is playing.
Always.
Like a bad remix of like a good song. You know what I mean?
That's all they play at work.
100%.
We need to figure out why that is.
I know. It actually upsets me.
It ruins
But we'll
the
get back
experience.
to that.
We'll get
It
back to
ruins
that.
So I'm now on podium. I would say 15 minutes into the class. I'm farting at this point. Okay, my stomach. But I'm like, and you know when? Oh my God, this is gonna be graphic. But you know when like you think something's gonna happen, like you
Yes,
think
yes,
you're gonna shit
yes.
yourself, but you don't, and you're
Yes.
so thankful.
Yes.
So I fart a little, and I'm like, here it comes, and nothing happens, and I was like, I'm a king. I was like, I've manipulated my body into just farting. I'm like, this is iconic. So I'm riding, and then another fart happens, and it's now I'm like, I think it happened, but I was not sure. So I was kind of put with my hand a little bit underneath my seat to see if I feel anything. Nothing. So I was like, I'm a king. Okay. End of class. It reeks on stage. It's starting to reek on stage, and I was like, I fully shit myself. Like I know for a fact I shit myself. So literally stretching is happening. And like, you know how teachers judge you when you don't stretch?
Yes.
They're like, if you have to leave now. You know how they do that? So I'm on podium. So I'm like, I do have to
you're
leave.
leading the
Like,
stretch.
yes,
You
I'm
can't
leading
leave.
the stretch. So I was like, I'm so sorry. I look at him. I'm like, I just have to go. He was like gave me a look. And I was like, that's the end of our relationship. Now I've ruined our relationship, but I've shit myself, right? So after I go out, tiny little schmear of something. Totally fine. I mean, really embarrassing, but totally fine. I was like, no one knows. My friends in front row came up to me and they go, you shot yourself during class? Literally after I thought I got away with it, they were like, it reeked. They were like, what happened? And by the way, the teacher doesn't work there anymore. Not because of me, but I see him a lot because he lives near me. So he's always walking his dog. But I feel like I have to be like, but by the way, I just need to apologize for like a year and a half ago, like when I shot myself in front of you. But I also don't know if he probably knows, but what do you think I should do about this?
I mean,
This is
honestly,
interesting.
like, I think you just kind of play dumb. Like, if you like go up to him and you're still a little flirty. Sorry, Jared.
No, I have to be flirty.
But I mean, it's fine, Jared.
Jared, I have to be flirty.
Jared, it's literally
Literally me just looking into the camera. Jared, I have to be flirty.
Jared, it's fine. This time it's fine. If you just like are so hot still and you like play that character, then he's like, there's no way that he shit.
I want another bodily function to happen when I'm talking to him now. Like I want to be like, hey, and then like just pee myself. Do you know what I mean? Or just throw up.
No, you
Just
should
be
do
like,
the
"What's up?"
nose throw up. It
Yeah,
felt really good.
Totally with oatmeal. With an overnight oats just like pouring out of my
I
nose.
can't believe, like,
That's really, I'm so sorry that happened to you.
no, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I can't
Well,
tell
I feel
whose
like we're together.
story's worse.
No, I feel like, okay, I feel like mine's more embarrassing, but I feel like yours is weirder. Do you know what I
It's
mean?
so
Like, I feel like if
crazy.
you ask like how many people shit themselves in Soul Cycle, I feel like some people would say, yeah.
Oh,
a
I've
lot of people would
almost
stand
shit
up.
myself in Soul Cycle
This is what
and
I'm
at Barry's.
saying.
At every workout class, I've at least almost shit myself.
This
It's
is what
not
I'm
had a
saying.
little smear.
The kind of nose full of oatmeal is shocking, staggering, and weird. Do you know what I mean? It's like, whoa. It's a little bit, it's strange.
It's so great. Like, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to explain to everyone how our brains are the same.
So, yeah.
We have the same brain. Like, when I...
No, I think you're like a long lost sister, twin.
You're my twin.
No, I know. And we look so alike, which is like, just like every time I see you, I'm like,
Okay, twin.
what? Owen? I was like, Owen with long hair. I was like, what's happening here?
Well, everyone says that to me.
No, I know.
No, we are twins.
We're twins.
But no, the things that we're paranoid about,
Yeah.
like, we have the same sources of anxiety, and we're freaked out about the same things. We're like wired the same way.
It's true.
It's insane, like the way that we're on a social level, on an anxiety level, on every level, we are the same. I mean, like,
I know. Have you ever met anyone like when I met you and you were talking about the same anxieties as me?
yes.
I was like, it's nuanced. It's not just like, oh, we're anxious about friends in this way and this way.
No.
Like, it's the same nuance. You know what I mean? It's like,
It's-
and then I texted them. It's like, why'd you text? Because only we would text them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
we are. It's weird.
Well, like, I feel like
Something to sit with.
I'm trying to think about like good examples of like things we do. Like, we'll play tag. I give one, then you give
Okay,
one.
go.
Okay, when I think of us, I think of number one, we are so afraid of people being mad at us. We think everyone's mad at us. Speaking of that, I think multiple people are mad at me right now.
Interesting.
Do
So
you
do
have,
I. Of course.
Well, I mean, I think I always
think my
do.
parents are mad at me.
No,
They haven't answered my text in, I think, an hour.
No, I literally, okay, for me, it's like not people though that I'm close with. Like, I think
same.
like people, like other people in this industry just hate me.
Totally. And
But I don't know if it's true. And we're friends,
But you're like, they despise me.
but I'm like, I think that they hate me recently. What I'm trying to figure out is why do we care that people are mad? For me,
I know.
it's out of fear that they will retaliate against me and ruin my life somehow.
Same.
But like in a way that's unfair. Do you know what I'm saying?
I totally get that. See, hearing you say it, I'm like, that's just anxiety. Nobody hates you. Everyone loves you. But like, I feel that way too.
Do you know what I mean?
Deep down. Yeah, 100%. I'm nervous about not being at the table and people being like, Owen.
I
Don't get
know.
me started.
I
You
know.
what
I
I
know.
mean? Like,
I know.
that's what I'm nervous about.
I know. But also,
Scary.
I've come to a point now as somebody who enjoys gossip to an extent. Okay. Not like gossip in like within the safe space. You know this.
100, but I think that's healthy.
I can, again, it completely agree. Like because I find a level of gossip and analysis about other people as beneficial.
Totally.
I have now come to a place where I like accept the fact that I am also the topic of some of these. I just like wonder what people are saying about me. I would do anything.
I know. I would die to be a fly on the wall, but also like, would we? Like, we just have to be confident. I mean, this is also like what my therapist says to me, which I like am hearing during therapy. And then after I'm like, ignore. You know what I mean? But why do we want that? Why do we want to know what people are saying about us?
Ugh, is this so narcissistic?
Please.
I don't know exactly what someone would be saying about me. Like, I can't.
No, I don't think that's narcissistic at all. I think that's the opposite of narcissism. Being like, what would someone say about me? I can't pinpoint it. That's like,
we
not
should
narcissistic
guess.
at all.
Let's both really, as a therapeutic activity,
I know
let's
what people are
both
saying about
try.
me.
What are people saying about you?
I think they're saying I'm flaky.
When are you flaky, Owen?
Like when I don't want to hang out with people, I get flaky.
Yeah, but that's just being like, I don't want to right now. Like, that's totally fine.
Totally.
When
you're
anyone
right.
cancels plans on me, I'm like, even if I fucking adore the person,
Yeah.
it could be my parents.
Totally.
Okay, like the people I just absolutely adore the most.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, honestly, like, thank God. Like,
100%.
I'm gonna totally have a great night.
We established that early on in our relationship.
Yeah,
where we're like,
absolutely.
if you need to cancel, just cancel. We don't care.
Don't care. And it's
Yeah.
also like not personal.
Totally.
I think the reason why either of us could come off as flaky, because we both have this in common, is because when somebody says like, hey, do you want to do this? We're so afraid of being like, no.
Totally.
So we're like, yes. Like we want to just be like, yes, always, yes.
Totally.
Because we don't want to kill the vibe. I'm getting better about this because I'm like, because I can't do it anymore. Like I've figured out that canceling later is more stressful than canceling up front.
I know. You've taught me this.
Yeah. Because it like just honestly for a selfish reason, less stressful.
No, it's way less stressful and it's way less like dynamics to deal with.
100%.
And then you're apologizing. I don't want to live my life apologizing.
No. Okay, how do you think people talk shit about me? Like I'm trying to think of somebody I know who doesn't like me, right? Like
I don't know anybody who doesn't like you, but I'm also like, I love you. You're a very good friend of mine, and I'm a fan of yours.
I don't know
so
anyone who doesn't like you. But I think if people were going to say something about me, it would be like, okay, you know what I think it would be about me?
Go for it.
Is I think that I'll like, when there's somebody that maybe I don't like as much, I'm always going to be nice and respectful as an adult. Okay?
Totally.
Always nice and respectful. But there will be a point where I'll hit a wall with like being overly nice or like being overly like agreeable with them. And I'll hit a point where I'm like, no, I'm putting my foot down now and I'm actually like not going to be as nice because I like actually run out. And it takes a lot for me to get to this point. But then I will run out and then I can get really cold, but I think it can happen really fast. And people are like, what the fuck?
People are shocked.
Like, but it doesn't happen a lot. And usually it's like, I would argue from my POV, it's justified and necessary and also very much deserved. But I think it would be like, she turns into a fucking cold bitch fast.
But see, but I think that's a boundary. You know what I mean? It's just like, because you put up a boundary.
Well, maybe it's also like in comparison to how I was before. Because my like baseline is like, okay, I overdo it, if anything.
Totally.
With my, trying to make everyone feel good and, comfortable and all of this. Even if I'm faking it at times because I prefer to fake it than to be
totally
cold. Like I'd rather, I think it's actually good to fake it sometimes.
I mean, I think like being fake is a different thing than
it's more devious.
Putting it on
a
little.
It's like, it's devious. I think it is. I think being like nice to people to just make sure everyone feels good
that's like a people pleaser.
That's like a people pleaser. And that's also just like, I don't know. I think it's rooted in wanting to do the right thing. Whereas I think when you're like, when you're fake, it's like there's a devious intent. Do you know what I mean?
You're not ever turning your back being like, what a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, ew, her dress.
How comforting is this to know? This is probably what people are saying about us. How bad is it really?
It's actually not that bad. I'm flaky and you're cold sometimes.
Okay.
That's actually like really nice.
That's actually...
I want them to say it more.
I know. Like
I'm a flaky, gorgeous pastry. And you're a cold piece of something delish.
I'm just a cold little ice cube.
You're a cucumber.
I'm a little cool little cucumber.
You're cool as a cucumber. No, I actually don't think it's that bad. I think there's probably more things that like middle America would say about me, like being like black and gay with acrylic nails.
You know they're projecting.
No, I know.
No,
I know. And they're like, damn, the skin color is so rich. They're like, I just need to come to LA, my love. I think people in middle America who are like racist or homophobic or whatever should just come to LA, get a little tan, go to the nail salons.
Feel good.
Feel good.
It's so crazy that when you feel good, you just don't really care about what anyone else is doing.
I know. It actually is true.
It's kind of like pretty easy.
I know.
That's what it's really rooted in. It's like, if you don't feel good, then you get a little
nasty and
Then you
mean.
get a little nasty.
Yeah, totally. Then you get a little nasty. But who does that remind me of? Then you get a little... Oh, Raven Simone, and That's So Raven. I'm loving her.
Oh my God.
I've been watching a lot of That's So Raven.
Okay, listen. No, do you know what I want to hear about?
What?
I think people romanticize the idea of being an actor and going to shoot a movie and, you know, being somewhere like unusual or not where you
Totally.
live or whatever. Like, even I romanticize it as somebody who has never been in any type of acting film project really at all. Like, I think even I romanticize this idea of being an actor because since we're young, we're like, oh, like, it's so glamorous. But I don't think it is, because the more I like hear stories from people who are actors and talk to you, I'm like, this doesn't actually sound that glitz and glamour. Like, what's it like living that life?
That's an interesting question, because I feel like I'm so lucky to just be an actor. Like, I get to go to a place and act all day and go into most of the time I don't have trailers because that's for like the Jennifer Anistons of the world, but like a trailer, like a room. I get to go into a room and eat my food and whatever, and then go act again. Like a dream, literally a dream. But I do think going to unusual places, being alone with people you don't know, you're making friends, but sometimes you're not really making friends.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's awkward. Sometimes you don't want to make friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's hard sometimes. And I know that sounds insane, but
no, I agree.
I think I'm like, sometimes it's really taxing.
No.
It sounds crazy because it's like, Owen, shut up. You get to like, you get driven to set. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, someone comes up to me and is like, do you want a coffee? And I'm like, would love one with coffee, mate. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that, like,
yes.
Fuck you.
But
Owen.
I also understand, like, I think you can be grateful for it and understand how, like, awesome it is
Totally.
that you're there, but also to acknowledge, like, okay, it's like very isolating. Like, to me, the way I perceive it is, okay, number one, you're lonely because you're kind of in the middle of nowhere. Because I rarely hear about a movie or a show being shot in like New York City or Dallas, Texas, like some place that's like where there's a lot of people. I feel like I always hear about it happening. I mean, sometimes shot in LA for sure.
Yeah. Or
which
Atlanta,
is one thing.
or yeah.
But like, I don't know. I feel like I hear a lot about, oh, you know, I have to go to Portugal for 6 months in the middle of nowhere. Or, oh, I have to go to, you know, a rural area in Canada for 3 months. It almost feels like you're quarantining.
Totally. Well, it is. It's
you know
like,
what I mean?
I love how you're asking me about this. It's like, I've been in 3 productions. I've been in 3 things. So it's
That's
like,
enough though to know. Because I also think it's actually good because you still remember life before, like what you thought it was going to be like.
Totally.
And then you know now what it is like. So you have like a very balanced view of what it truly is.
Well, also, no one knows me on set. I feel like if you're like very famous and you walk in, or famous at all, and you walk in, people are like, let me make it the best experience. And for me, it's a little different. That being said, like, the sets that I've been on have mostly been with my friends.
That's amazing.
So I've been really lucky because it's been like, even if I am alone, and like, you also as an actor, you're milking it, right? So like, I'm alone in North Carolina and I have a rental car that they gave me, and it's just like, I'm just like, this is horrible. I'm just driving around crying to Adele or Taylor Swift or whatever, being like, this is my life. And you know, getting a call being like, will you come in for a fitting? It's like, a fitting. Like it's just like so not that bad. And then you get to set and you're with your friends. So like,
okay, so it actually sounds like the best job ever.
No, like, I'm very lucky, but I do think like getting here, like even getting onto a set is also the hard part. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Like, auditioning is hell. You rarely get anything.
Yeah.
And most of the notes are like, you'll catch them next time. You know what I mean? We went in a different direction. It's like, and you're looking at the screen and it's like, I'm a Black gay man, and they went with like, you know what I mean? And you're like,
oh no.
Well, yeah, you went in a totally different direction. You know,
it's like, yeah.
Why did I audition for this?
Yeah.
We're going to pick a
but
woman.
It's also like, why'd you waste my time?
So that's upsetting. And I feel like that gets to you a little.
feeling like you wasted your time.
Yeah, and also feeling like it's just not going to happen. Like you're like, when is
Yes.
this going to happen for me?
Yes,
Like
100%.
And then so when you do get to a set, I think I've been in that mindset for so long that when I do get to a set, I'm so grateful. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm alone. I'll go to Outback every meal.
Yes.
Thank God I'm alone on a set. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I romanticize it in that way.
Mhm.
But I do think like the Jennifer Anistons and Timothy Chalamets of the world,
Mhm.
you're having a delish time on set.
I know. I wonder if they are, though.
No, they probably aren't because they also are expected to do a lot. Maybe it's just hard.
There's going to be a challenge no matter if you're
No, it's so true.
Beyonce or
No,
whatever.
then more is expected of you. Then you're carrying the movie because you're the face of the movie.
Totally.
Like I'm lucky. I was in a show called Dollface, and I played the assistant of a wonderful actress named Kat Dennings,
Mhm.
and I would just kind of come in and say a line,
Mhm.
weird line, funny line, and then she'd be like, "Okay, bye," and I'd be like, "Bye." Like literally, it was like one little, and it was great. You know what I mean? I wasn't carrying it. I could be myself.
Yep.
But she was exhausted because she's carrying the show.
But I'm also fascinated by acting because I think there's like two types. There's like acting as you. So going
that's what I was
on
just gonna
being
say.
in a movie and being you. And then there's going and being a completely different character. Are you more excited about being you in a movie, or are you more excited about being a character, even if it's just a little bit of a character?
I've never there's a movie coming out in July called Theater Camp that I'm in that I made with my friends cast me in, which is so nice. I could literally made them cast me in. It's like nepotism, but like with my friends. Anyways, that I had to play a camp counselor.
Mhm.
I was the costume designer.
Mhm.
I like fashion, but I don't like know about fashion. You know what I mean? So I had to play this like bitchy kind of costume designer, which felt not like me, but also it was just me. Like I played it as myself.
Yeah.
So it's this interesting thing where it's like the things that I've done, I've really only kind of played versions of me.
Well, you can kind of make any character. You kind of have to pull from your own
100%.
catalog
100%.
of traits in a way. Like I think it would be really a whole different style of acting to like create an entirely new character. But then that's why you see somebody like Austin Butler still talking like Elvis.
Totally.
Because you could really become the character to a point where it's like, oh my God, I can't turn it off. Because it's like, at what point it kind of actually just becomes you in a way. Because once you like,
no, it's really
you know what I'm
scary. Imagine
saying?
playing like Ted Bundy.
No,
Like imagine playing a serial killer.
Would not want to be alone with what's the guy's name in the Ted Bundy show?
Maybe Zac Efron? Question mark?
Oh my God!
No, I made that up.
No, it was.
That's right.
Is it Zac Efron?
Yes, I knew it.
Can I be honest? Totally never cared about Zac Efron. Like High School Musical days.
Oh, it wasn't your thing?
I did not think Zac Efron was hot. Like
what? Wait, what's going on?
Let's talk about this.
What?
I really was not attracted to Zac Efron at all. I thought he was not cute.
I'm
but
sorry.
You know who I did have a crush on?
Who?
Do you remember the Naked Brothers band?
Of course. What's their names?
I don't.
Something Wolf.
Yes, and I had a huge crush on them. I also had a huge crush on the main character in Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the
Nat
movie.
and Alex Wolf.
Yes.
Okay, keep going.
Yes, they're even still
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Main character, he was like the
Wasn't
most
he-
normal looking 11-year-old boy.
So sweet looking.
I was obsessed.
And what was his name?
Don't know, but I was obsessed. I literally had the biggest crush on him. I had like weird crushes. Like, I mean, I also like the Jonas Brothers.
Who didn't?
I mean, for me, it was Nick, but then I got older and like Joe. Whatever, we exist.
Where are you now with that?
Foursome.
A foursome? Whatever I just heard.
I know them personally, and I have to leave this in. But I do know them personally.
You would have a foursome with them.
Yes.
They're brothers.
Can I explain why
Please.
I would have a foursome?
No, please.
With them? Well, okay, because so number one, like they all have something different to bring to the table. For me, Nick Jonas provides this sort of like, he's just kind of like, he's the youngest brother.
Totally.
He's like kind of innocent and sweet, but he also has this like mysterious edge about him.
He is.
And he just has this sweet, sweet face. He just looks so kind. And
he seems like he would ask you how you are after sex. Do you know what I mean? He's like, and
100%.
how are you?
And was that okay for you?
But it's not even was that okay? It's because that's like more about him. It's more like how are you?
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? Like
he would want to like actually like have a real talk.
No,
after,
yeah.
like get deep.
No,
which
yeah.
has never happened after
Priyanka's
sex.
lucky.
Because usually it's just they get up and walk away and
totally. And that's it. And you never see them again. And then they block you on everything. And then
why does that keep happening?
Why exactly? Is that personal or is that from experience?
So okay, listen. So like that's Nick for me.
Totally.
But then Joe for me is like the total package, totally silly, totally goofy. I might find Joe the hottest. I might find Joe to be the
Joe's
hottest.
sultry.
Sultry.
Isn't this a word that describes Joe? If you look up sultry, it's Joe Jonas.
Yes.
He's sultry. He's a little like, he's like kind of in interviews, he's always like,
no, but also,
what, man?
There's something, yes,
Do you know
but
what I
also
mean?
like total cool guy.
100%
So fucking cool guy, like obsessed. And then Kevin, you feel safe. Like
Safe.
the level of safety and like just comfort you feel with Kevin. Now it's interesting because like when I was younger, like there was nothing like sexually appealing to me about like a guy who would make me feel safe. Like to me, it was like hot. Like that was it. It was like hot, yes or no. Or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. 100%.
But then now with him getting older, I'm like, oh my God, obsessed. Like I don't care.
No.
Hot. Like somebody who has like
But
a
also-
comforting aura, like Kevin Jonas.
Totally.
Obsessed.
But let's just clarify, Kevin's hot too.
Totally hot too. So that's like my fantasy. How did we fucking get there? Like
I don't know.
I
And we were talking about acting and we ended up like banging Kevin Jonas. I just don't
know,
know what's
I
happening.
don't know how we even got there. You know what I really want to discuss is growing up in LA, because you grew up in LA. And I'm just like, I have so many questions because I grew up in California, but in Northern California, and it was so different. And, you know, as like a NorCal kid, we always had like the assumptions about the SoCal kids. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Because it's like,
What were your assumptions?
okay, so like my assumptions, you know what? This is a fun way to start.
Okay.
I'm going to say an assumption and you're going to say true or false.
Okay, great.
Okay, assumption number 1.
Go.
Beach after school every day.
Like never once in my life.
Okay.
Like I don't know if I've ever been to the beach. To be honest, like I have, but like definitely not after school. And I went to a school like 10 blocks from the beach.
Stop. Okay, so that makes me feel better.
Maybe like
sometimes
like jocks went to the beach and like ran, but like I was
100%.
not doing that. I wish I like look at those guys are hot.
No, totally.
Or
We love
girls are
them
hot.
and we love what they do.
Yeah,
but
everyone who did that was, but I don't even know people who did that. So I'm gonna go with no.
okay, so no on that. Okay, next, sick parties every weekend, like big house parties. You know, big like lots of illegal activities going on left and right. And as a high schooler, you're like illegal activities. Yeah. So illegal
Totally,
activities going
totally.
on everywhere. Cops coming, but then the cops being like, I'm coming in for a drink. Like that, like that's how we pictured SoCal kids in high school. Yes or no?
No.
What?
So there was this one guy, I'm not going to name his name, who was like the leader of the parties.
Yeah.
And he's still, I think he's now like works at like clubs. Like he's like good at that. Like
Yeah.
he like should be
He
a
is
promoter.
now a
Like,
promoter.
yeah, he's a promoter. Like
Okay, great.
sick. Like you do, like you did what you were good at.
Yes.
And he would throw these insane parties, but they were for like holidays. Like it was like Halloween. It wasn't like every weekend.
Yeah. Okay, so like
Every weekend, no. And I wasn't invited to the parties every weekend. I think there probably were,
yeah.
but I was like a weird theater kid who like they were like let's not have Owen go. You know what I mean? I was like on like there was like a list, and then there was like people don't let enter, and like I think I was on that list. But like for Halloween, I did go to like big booty hoes and whatever. I think that's what they were called. They were called
Are
like
you
crazy.
kidding me?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we had themes a lot too in high school, like for things like Halloween.
Like something office hoes and something.
Oh my god, wait. CEO
EOs and office
hoes and
hoes.
office bros.
Oh, ours was CEOs and office hoes.
CEOs and office hoes.
Yeah. Do you had that?
We had that too.
Wait, were we at the same party?
Probably.
This is amazing.
No, the thing about me that was so tough about, I don't know, like going to the themed parties or like dressing up, I looked 11 when I was 16.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So it was like CEOs and office hoes, and I'm like, oh.
Totally.
And everybody's like wearing their first push-up bra, and my push-up bra doesn't push anything, has nothing to push up. It was tough.
I'm so sorry.
No, it was totally good.
No, but also
whatever. But okay, so no big parties.
No,
like they weren't as epic as maybe we would have assumed in NorCal.
No, like I had a bunch. No. I think I had a bunch of friends who would go to parties every weekend. But they wouldn't be like blowouts. I think they would be like chill, like come by the pool. You know what I mean? And I was always like either not invited or like, I don't want to sit by the pool.
Yeah, no. By the way, who wants to do that?
I want to be in a sweatshirt at home.
Especially in high school.
No, 100%.
Oh my God.
No one could see me in high school. No one could see anything. My body, my mind. I'm at home.
No, that I don't ever like thinking back at it.
Yeah, no,
it's really dark for us.
It's dark.
Okay.
Yeah,
last assumption I had was the dating pool was just like easy. It was like everybody was dating each other. It was like this incredibly like everyone's just having their first kiss so young, and it's so easy and it's not stressful, and the dating pool is like solid, because I feel like in NorCal specifically the dating pool was a fucking nightmare, and this was like weirdly across the board, like it was just like not working. Like,
wait,
do you know what I'm saying?
Why? Because it was small?
Like I felt like the dating pool just sucked, and I there was just something off about it. I don't know if it was that it was just a non-compatible group of kids just by coincidence, like, and maybe the right kids weren't meeting each other. Who knows what it was?
Yeah.
But it just felt like dating was like impossible. I felt like all my friends really struggled. Most people were single. Like people were having their first kisses maybe a little later. Like I don't think a lot of the kids wanted to be that way, but it was like a lack of compatibility across the board. And I felt like when we would look at all the SoCal kids, we're like, everybody just like there's just like so many people, and everyone thinks that they're hot, and everybody's just
everybody's a narcissist.
Everybody's a narcissist.
Yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, like it's just fun. Like you go to a party and you just mingle and have fun, like what parties are supposed to be. And then we weren't having that in NorCal.
I don't think that's true. I went to a small school, relatively small school. So like everyone was hooking up with the same people. It was very like I remember like everybody dating, because I remember senior year there was only one other gay person in my grade, and I was like, well, we have to date. I was like, we must date.
We must.
He was like, I don't like you at all. I was like, exactly. That's what dating is, love. We get to know each other, then we break up. So I remember me dating him for a year and a half and being like
pretty solid for
pretty solid for hating
start.
each other.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He is I love him so much, but we'll get to that.
I love him.
No, he's great. He's great.
Okay, great.
But I do think everyone was dating, because I had the urge to be like, well, we have to date. Like all my friends, like Nicole's dating and Zoe's dating and Lily's dating. We have to date.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But I don't think everybody, like, there was only like a few hot people. Do you know what I mean?
Like it wasn't like, it was probably the same, to be honest. But there was just, I think there was this level of like romanticizing growing up in LA versus growing up so close yet so far in Northern California. It was like the less cool version, right?
Yeah.
I felt like Northern California was always less cool.
Yeah.
Less cool.
LA's like, growing up in LA was like.
How would you sum it up? Like give a
like sneaking, you would like sneak off campus during lunch and like because you would like want to go to Whole Foods and like get like I
That
can't
is
explain it.
so
Like,
iconic.
like it was like what else was it? It was like I mean, I think this is probably with every city, but like now Silver Lake, for instance, like
Yeah.
I went to school in Santa Monica near the beach, and
Mhm.
now Silver Lake and downtown then was so crazy to me. And I was like, all my friends would like go there over the weekend, and we would like go see vintage stores. And we were like, this is so new. We thought we were in North Carolina. We were like, what is this place? And now it's like, oh my God, I live here.
It's because when you have a car, it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
But before you have a car, your world is so small. Like in high school,
so small. Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Totally.
It's so interesting. I mean,
Totally.
but do you think it was like, I don't know, like, would you want to raise a kid in LA based on your experience?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because I don't know if I would, just living here as an adult.
No and yes.
Okay. But see, you turned out
Berkeley.
amazing and actually give me hope.
I think there's a way to do it, but I think it takes a level of like self-awareness.
Oh my God, isn't it intimidating though?
It's
Thinking
so
about raising a
intimidating.
kid.
No, I'm not doing that for a long time, for a while.
Yeah, me
Jared.
either. Well, we have to do it at the same time.
No. We have to have a kid at the same time, which is
obviously
something that I really want to talk to you about. So how many years?
I'm thinking for me, so I'm like, listen, I don't want to wait too long. Okay? But I don't want to do it right now. Like, can you believe?
Well, you're like really young.
I know, but people have kids. Like, Kylie Jenner had a kid at my age. Kylie Jenner.
Are you being? She was 21.
I think so.
Are you 22?
Yeah, just turned 22.
Of course. How do you feel?
Feeling 22.
That's not how the song goes.
Well, so I started it right, and then I remembered about copyright, and I did a remix.
I'm obsessed with the remix. Wait, so you're 22 now.
Mm-hmm.
Kylie had a kid a year ago. I mean, a year at 21.
I think
not
so.
A year, yeah.
That might be complete fake news, but to be honest, what isn't?
Totally.
Also, I don't believe any celebrity ages. So, like, when I see an age on the internet of like what a celebrity's age is, I'm like, I take it with a grain of salt. I think there's many who are lying. I don't know that for certain.
I mean, I'm gonna say I'm 20.
Yeah, like
when I'm 40, I'm gonna say I just turned 20.
No, but there are some people like I have genuine conspiracy theories about. Not naming names. I'm not in the mood for that because me and Owen never know when we're gonna see them on a Saturday when we decide to go out to dinner and we look over to the table next to us. Oh, there they are. And I just said on a podcast that you're not actually 25. You're 40.
Right.
But I don't make those assumptions in like a judgmental and rude way. I make it based on like I've met this person and I feel like something's up because of the level of maturity, not necessarily the looks.
You're so mature with
so much poise.
So much poise. And the wrinkles too.
Yes. But by the way, like there's so much like ageism, I would say, in our industry in general, like the entertainment industry in general.
I'd rather people actually be 40. Then you actually learn.
What the fuck is wrong with being like a 50-year-old pop star? Who cares?
So
if
hot.
The music
so hot.
So hot.
So hot.
Why? Like, or what's wrong with being like, being a 40-year-old actor who's like acting like a 20-year-old, but maybe you look young and maybe you had a really good plastic surgeon, so you look 20. Enjoy.
No,
it's
I agree.
Fine.
I agree.
Like, just own it. Because I do think that there is lying happening.
I think older actually is more respected and cooler. I think right now we're in this phase where everyone is 7 and like just had a huge hit record. You know what I mean? And they're 7 years old. 100%. And it's like, and then you're 26 and you're like, there's 7?
100%.
Oh my God. I'm never going to be 7 again. So then you're like, well, I'll just pretend I'm 10.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? And it's that's unhealthy.
No, well, the thing is,
that doesn't happen. That's a rare case. It's 1 in a million.
But also the other thing is too, I'm so sorry, but there have been so many people who have like hit their career peak later in life or discovered their passion later in life. And it's been like, okay.
Look at Laura Dern. Has had a great career she's had a gorgeous career. She's acted in tons of stuff. And now she's Laura Dern at 50 something.
Yes.
Like that's a dream.
Yep. And it's honestly even better because you probably are more like, I don't know. But my point with that was, so like any celebrity age, I take with a grain of salt. Okay, people can take mine with a grain of salt too. Because I'm probably not going to age like a fine wine like I want to.
I think you will.
I just, went
I think
to
you
a
will.
tropical location for a week and burnt the fuck out of my forehead. And I already am wrinkling there. Things are not looking up for me, but I'm going to own it for as long as I can.
I think you, first of all,
I'm excited for a wrinkle or two.
Same.
And a gray hair?
Same. Oh my God.
Obsessed.
I've literally, I'm saying this on a podcast. I can't believe this, but I literally have to dye my hair always alone by myself
Do you
because I
dye your
have
hair?
so many gray hairs.
No way.
So many, because I used to dye my hair blonde.
Uh-huh.
So now it's like, my hairdresser was like, probably lying to me, by the way. This is full lie. I'm now realizing as I'm like, no, it's probably just because I'm getting older. But my hairdresser's like, it triggered something in your whatever hair follicle or whatever.
You're
like
kidding.
So now I'm just like, my hair is just damaged. And
I
I'm just
never
like,
knew this about you.
oh my God, I have to dye I literally dye my hair once a week.
No
Once every 2 weeks.
way. Wait, but also like gray hair looks good.
No, but it's like I have like random gray hairs.
But also you don't want it. So if you don't want it, dye it
it's
out.
horrible.
I know. I mean, it depends on, I think it's actually harder when it's like first coming in.
Totally.
Because it's inconsistent.
Totally. It's
but
the
once
worst.
it's like a full head of gray hair, so hot. Obsessed. I am like excited.
But if I was 50 and I had a full head of gray hair, I would accept it.
Oh yeah.
At my age, I'm a little like,
Not yet.
I have to pretend like it's the hair dye. You know what I mean? I have to pretend like it was like my follicles or like, sorry guys, just my follicles because I was dying.
No, but it's actually like really cool. It's actually like rare.
Yeah. It's a rare thing that only happens to hot people.
When you're like really hot, also like big, I was trying to say like, I was gonna say like big tits, but then I was like, okay, well not for Owen.
No, no. But that's what we should start saying about wrinkles.
Yeah.
Also, we should be
it's like a sign of like really like, number one, being like very, very much an intellectual.
Totally empathetic.
And also number two, an empath.
No, yeah. So I have 3 gray hairs because I'm an empath, and I have 1 wrinkle because I don't want to brag, but I am brilliant. That's what I'm going to start saying to people.
Well, the thing is, actually, they've been doing studies.
Yeah.
And you might not know about these because they're unreleased. I actually had a conference at Harvard, and it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You were probably, it was Memorial Day weekend. You were drinking a lot.
Oh,
I was
sad.
at Harvard with my fraternity and sorority sisters, and we were discussing wrinkling and its correlation to intelligence. They told me
direct correlation.
Well, they told me that I am actually like the first real sign of this.
I know.
And it's been really
hard. No, and then it's a sob story, and then it turned. Can you imagine? This is us at
and
dinner,
I'm
and
crying.
then now it's like. And now this is hard. And now I am so wrinkled and I'm so brilliant.
But you know what's actually kind of true? Adults, like, usually with age comes wisdom. And so to be honest, the more wrinkle, probably the smarter.
100%.
So like, whatever.
That being said, I will get Botox. That being said, I'm not that smart.
That being said, not that smart. Don't even want to seem smart.
Yeah,
we'll be getting Botox.
Totally.
I know. I'm like conflicted about. I'm gonna take it day by day. Like I'm gonna really try to go.
Don't do anything.
Can I tell you? Like I'm not closing the door on it because I just don't think that that's healthy for me.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to make a promise to myself. Like, hey, I'm never gonna do Botox.
Yeah.
Or I'm never gonna do whatever. God knows what.
BBL.
I'm never gonna get a BBL.
You don't want to close that door yet.
I'm not ready to close that door.
You with a BBL. It's like literally so tiny. Huge butt. Huge ass.
It would be, well, listen. Wait. Full fuck everything we were just talking about. What's your type? Describe.
So I have a boyfriend of 8 years, as you know.
Well, Jared, we love Jared. Jared will be on the show at some point.
I'm obsessed with Jared. Except
Jared's
I did
perfect.
watch a video of you and Jared the other day.
Oh,
Jared's going to be so mad at me for bringing this up, but I have to.
Okay.
And he has never in my life, to me, said 100%. Okay? Never in my life. I'll ask him a question, like a serious question that the answer is yes to, and he'll be like, no. Like, he doesn't even, or he'll say like, sure. Like, he's not like.
Yeah, he's never certain.
No, he's never like certain or agreeing. Like, he's always like, has an opinion. Like, he's very opinionated.
Yeah.
He's a great person, but like, I always feel
he
like
has a point of view.
He challenges me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like he does that for you too.
Totally.
In one video you did with him, I've never heard someone say 100% more. You were like, I have to use the restroom. He's like, 100%. You were like, I do like this. He was like 100%.
100%.
And then you were like, but I don't like this anymore. He was like, no, I'm 100%.
No, but can I be honest? That is my doing.
Wait, why? Tell me.
No, I say, no, 100%. Owen, it has to stop soon. Because I get stuck. I'll get stuck on a word.
100%. By the way, now I'm actually like totally disassociating because now I'm going back to realizing to this interview, the beginning of this interview, and I remember you asking me questions and me saying 100%. So I'm just like remembering and being
Wait, I
like,
might have stolen it from you.
no, I definitely stole it from you.
Well, we steal.
We steal. Well, this is something. This is interesting. We steal a lot from each other.
So,
well, we come up with it together.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
Usually someone brings it to the table, but then the other person is like, now that's delish.
Totally.
So let's talk
delish.
about it. So something about me and Owen is that we get obsessed with like
phrases,
with a
words,
phrase. And I
yeah,
mean, I think this
obsessed.
is universal.
Totally.
Well, what are ours? I mean, we definitely Delish. It's hard to say it out of context because then it just
loving you.
Oh, that one
was big.
That one hit the mainstream.
That one hit hard. I mean, it was said at the Met.
It
Haley
was.
Bieber said it to you at the Met,
It was.
I was literally crying of joy. I was like, I'm
It's
at the
finally.
Met.
It's almost like
I was like, I literally turned to Jared. I said, I'm at the Met.
Owen created "Loving You," and it. For context, like how would we say it? It'd be like, well, it could be said in any context. It'd just be like, "Loving you."
Yeah, loving you.
Like loving you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
how
just
would you say?
loving you.
Like if somebody got a smoothie you wanted, and then you were like, "Can I have a sip?" and they were like, "Of course." You'd be like, "Loving you."
Well, it could be said in
Absolutely
any tone because it
Or
could
you
be like, it could be kind of like funny. Like it could be like, "All right, see you tomorrow," and it'd be like, "All right, loving you."
Right. Or it could be like someone shits on you. Like
Yeah.
someone spits
Yeah,
all over
yeah,
your face
yeah.
and you're disgusted and you're like, absolutely loving you.
Loving you
Yeah.
because you're trying to be nice, but like
Totally.
So we started that. Then it got mainstream at the Met. Although I don't know if it really got mainstream pickup. It just more got mainstream eyeballs.
Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of eyeballs on it, but no one really caught it. I was so upset that no one caught it. I really thought it was my moment.
I know. What the fuck happened?
And it wasn't.
But then, we do have obsessed. We do use obsessed still. We do say delish. We still do use delish.
What else do we do?
I mean, we do
like
say
a little-
100%.
we do the voice. I can't remember.
Wait, I forgot it.
No, it's like this.
Oh, that one's really bad for me. Well, also when we bring out a different tone of voice in each other. That's unique.
That is unique.
Like I talk differently around you.
No, I do too. Do you think that's toxic?
I don't think there's anything toxic about it.
I think it's super healthy.
I think it's super healthy.
But I do think that we're speaking normally now, but if anybody heard us at dinner, I think they'd be nervous for us. I think they'd be like,
well, our
let's
own
take them out
boyfriends
and
have a
escort
hard
us.
time because we
Escort
bounce
them.
off of each other
Yeah.
and are just louder and louder and louder. But
until
also
we're screaming.
we also relate on everything. So we're like constantly like, oh my God, you too.
Yeah.
But we're also constantly trying to be silly and goofy.
Totally.
But what's interesting, both of our boyfriends are so similar because they're more quiet, they're more reserved, they're more opinionated.
Totally.
They don't give a fuck about what other people
100%.
think about them.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
And so it's interesting because we both have the same relationship dynamic.
And then it's them sitting at dinner with us, just listening to us. It's actually like
Really
we're doing stand up for them. We're like, and it's our first guests who are judging us.
And but by the way, like, I don't know if they like the show.
No, they most of the time they leave being like, that was a really bad bit. They're like,
The whole thing was horrendous.
yeah, that was horrible.
Mm,
No, but I do think that they get a kick out of us.
Whatever. By the way, what the fuck ever?
Sorry, I get a kick out of you.
Wait, I'm excited about what the fuck ever.
Oh, I love that. What the fuck ever?
That feels good. We
What the fuck ever? It doesn't roll off the tongue.
No, it can if you do it right.
Oh, sorry. Let's try it again.
What the fuck
Fuck
ever?
What the? It is tricky for me.
What the fuck ever?
What the fuck ever?
There it is. Now do it
Oh,
again.
I like it. It's like kind of
what
like
the
this.
fuck ever?
It's like say like okay, yeah, right. Like what the fuck? Why am I getting tripped up on it? I'm getting tripped up on the word.
This one is like actually excluding people because some people just can't do it.
No,
Like it's because it's so hard.
well, yeah, it's just words.
Like this one's actually hard.
Yeah.
Like whereas like delish or like loving you, actually loving you, doing it right, it isn't obvious.
I feel sick also.
Oh my God, I feel sick about this.
Yeah, I feel sick about that. I love that. What the fuck ever? What the fuck? You know why what the fuck ever doesn't work for me?
You just said it really good. What the fuck ever?
What the fuck ever? But I'm saying ever weird.
Okay, what the fuck ever needs some work because I think that there's something in that realm that we could start, but I just don't know what it is yet. I'll set up a Zoom with my team.
Yeah, just get back to me on that one.
Your team.
Yeah. No, just your team's good.
I'm going to set up one with my team.
Yeah.
Because clearly you and yours are not.
I'm gonna set up a Zoom with just my team on this one because that's just for me, I guess. Just what the fuck ever is just mine. So that'll just be for my team. Thanks. Oh God. No, I love that.
Okay,
I love that we speak in our own language.
100%. That's what friendship's
When
about.
we were at Coachella, am I allowed to say you were at Coachella?
100%.
Do you talk about Coachella? I have a Coachella episode. I feel sick about this.
Instagram geotagged
Coachella.
I put the location of Coachella because I wanted all of these motherfuckers to know.
Do people call you the Queen of Coachella already? No. Yes,
that
they do.
That is Vanessa Hudgens, and I would never.
Oh my God, that's V Hud. Is that what she's called?
It should be.
Should we go to Vegas?
Wait.
You're 21.
Wait. I know.
22.
I've never been to Vegas as a 21-year-old.
I've never been to Vegas as an adult either.
Do you gamble?
I've never gambled before.
I refuse.
I would gamble with you.
I would gamble $5 to $10.
Oh, well, Avi, we're not doing more than that.
It's actually like the same thing with video games. This is weird, but like I actually prefer to watch like a Fortnite gameplay almost more than I do even playing the game sometimes. But it's the same thing with like gambling. I don't want to actually go gamble.
Totally.
I'd rather watch somebody else. I want to be rooting for someone else. I like rooting for things more than I like playing.
Well, I think that's like what the appeal of sports is.
And
like
that is why it's a billion-dollar industry.
Totally.
We
are geniuses.
Okay, people say, "Oh, you didn't go to you guys didn't go to college. What a big group of dumbos," they say about us. That's what people say about us behind our backs.
100%. Stupid, dumb freaks. And guess what I have to say back? Brilliant, wrinkled lovers.
Actor, model.
Yeah.
Actor, model.
Hot.
Super, very much sexy.
Yeah. Looking at our name. This is maybe for another time, but I have looked my name up with hot, like Owen Thiele hot.
Oh my God.
By the way, nothing comes up. Nothing. If you type in Owen Thiele, nothing comes up. So, but Owen Thiele hot, it's so funny because it's like then on your computer, it says like what you've looked up.
Yeah.
So I remember typing in, I was looking up Owen Wilson for something because I wanted to see a movie he was in, and my friends were all around my computer, and immediately came up Owen Thiele hot. Like I had to look that up.
No, Owen.
Really embarrassing.
Wait. I've never even thought to do that. I've never even thought of that as like,
no one has. And no one should.
No, I feel like Harry Styles does that. Like Harry Styles hot, just see what comes up.
I mean, a lot would come up.
So much.
Congrats, Harry. You're
Congratulations.
hot.
I know. Who else would search up? Okay.
Hot people deserve to look up their name with
and then hot.
Like you deserve that.
Totally.
Your face deserves that.
Like enjoy.
You should look that up.
By the way, enjoy. I'm never looking that up. It's not going to come.
I'm going to look it up for you. So I hope somebody looks that up.
Send screenshots but also like, see, here's what's going to happen. If nothing comes up, then I just assume you forgot.
Totally.
So then it's like no harm done.
Totally.
But if you do send it to me, that's like Merry Christmas to me. Something came up.
Totally.
But see, I have always been like, the word hot is not for me. Like, that's just not a word for me. Like, maybe for me, it's more like, what a gentle spirit.
Totally. It's a great word.
Like, I just don't feel
Mine's like, what a funny critter. Do you know what I mean? That's mine. Yours is gentle spirit. Mine's like, weird little critter. Like, that's what I'm going to start to look up.
So fucking crazy.
I'm going to look up Owen Thiele. Weird critter. See what comes up. Hot is for you. I just want you to take that back.
Hot is not for me. Like some people like just being hot, like being on IG with like the lips puffed and like a boobie out is like they can do it and it feels right. It does not.
Well, that's
click
not
for me.
authentic. That is not authentic to you. But you being authentic to you is hot.
Well. But see, you being authentic to you is hot. That's what hot really is. But being stereotypical hot is
I'm not doing like...
Is having like...
I can't do that. I'm not doing that.
I've tried it.
Oh, I've posted that.
I
I've literally posted a picture with my lips face tuned, looking huge as fuck. My eyes looking gorgeous. Like, you know what I mean? My eyebrows, like
Full facelift.
full facelift, everything looking absolutely gorgeous. Lips are out to Mars. And I get 3 comments being like, cute. You know what I mean? Like, weird critter. Like, I can't do, it's not for me either.
So for me, it's like, I just am okay with the fact that like, I reserve hot for others, and then for me, it's like I'm just like a gentle whisper. People look at me and they're like, "She's just so fucking gentle."
Yeah, totally.
Or she's just so quirkily her.
You're a quirkalina.
She's just a quirkalina.
Emma Chamberlain, quirkalina.
Oh,
Comes
that
up.
was actually what people see. Nobody was describing me as hot. Ever. Nobody's ever described me as hot.
That's just not true.
But
okay.
instead, people describe me as quirky. And that's something I have to live with.
No, you know what mine was, which was evil?
Mm.
Owen Thiele. Unique. I was like, I remember it was we were going around in a circle saying one like nice thing about each other. And somebody was like beautiful about like Charlotte. Somebody was like a real mind about like whatever, you know, Danny. And then it came to me and they're like, unique.
Stop.
And I was like, unique?
It's honestly kind of a good one, but it's also incredibly mean.
It's nice, but I think growing up with like, you're just unique.
No.
Like I was like, I don't want to be unique.
No, it's the tone too.
Totally.
We have to end this.
Thank you for having me on. It's the most
my
fun I've
God.
ever had. I would do this any
Owen,
day with you. This is an honor. To be on Emma Chamberlain's Anything Goes? Come on.
Oh!
Come on, a dream. A literal dream.
No, this was just like going to dinner. It's like you guys got to sit in on me and Owen going to dinner, which we do all the time anyway.
You're my only friend.
Yeah, it's
sad.
It's us and it's Jared.
Yeah, and Tucker.
And Tucker. But other than that, it's us against the world. And our parents.
Isn't that weird?
We didn't even dig into how much we love our parents.
Next time.
We have so much more to discuss. Yeah, next time.
What's your sign off?
I don't have one. Or maybe we could just be like, let's come up with something silly.
We should be like, peace out, critters.
Bye, critters. That's good.
Bye,
critters.